What's going on, guys? Roger here, QVO Tactical. We are here once again to have a little sit down and chat. As you guys saw from the video, yes, we are back on YouTube's good graces and we have been remonetized, kind of. I'm going to break it all down, go into everything that's going on and what some other content creators have reached out to me and said with apparently YouTube's new policy that they don't share, or it's like the secret squirrel, the craziest kept secret in the world, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, yes, so after I posted our previous video about getting demonetized, I was talking with support staff via email and they instructed me to appeal. I did. They said that the appeal was not going through. They forwarded up. They had me actually record and screenshot what I was dealing with. They forwarded that to the YouTube's internal review. And then all of a sudden, I got an email back saying, actually I didn't get an email. One day I just woke up and it's like, hey, Roger on my main YouTube page was like, welcome to the YouTube partnership program. And it's pretty much the email that you get when you first apply and get accepted. So I got that, and then I got that in an email. So I replied back to the support email asking like, hey, what's going on? Is there a reason? Did we find out why my channel got demonetized? No answer to that, and they told me like, hey, was done incorrectly, your channel is back to monetization. So I go to my main dashboard and I normally have revenue of about $1,200 to $1,300 a month. Revenue went from $1,200 to $600. So half my revenue was cut. And then the next day I get a warning. And if you guys aren't aware, the way YouTube works with your videos, you get a warning, then you get a strike, then you get a second strike, then you get a third strike. Once you get a third strike, your channel is removed from YouTube permanently and that's it, you're done. So you don't want to get warnings, you don't want to get strikes. Received a warning on this video I'm going to show kind of like over here, and that was a Springfield 1911 video where I threaded on our Griffin armament suppressor and then we shot it on the range like we do with every video. So got a warning on that video saying that it was showing harmful content. They don't give you, they give you a broad thing, and what I'm learning from talking to 1911 Syndicate, they just got a strike for a video where they threaded on a suppressor as well. And so YouTube has you like watch this video that talks about the firearms policy and they go over specifically what you can and can't do. In addition to that, it's listed down below. The only thing that is mentioned about suppressors or silencers are that you cannot show how to make homemade suppressors or silencers, which is something we do not do. All the suppressors you guys have seen on this channel are commercially manufactured and purchased, and then we have to, you know, kiss the ring and pay the ATF, or sorry, pay the US Treasury and do our background check with the ATF. So we do all that. We go through this extensive background process, pay $250 per suppressor on top of however much the suppressor costs in order to make the video. And it's just very confusing because it doesn't violate YouTube's terms or policies. So, you know, the thing is you have to guess. You can't get an exact answer from YouTube. So my guess is, after talking to 1911 Syndicate, is that they most likely put out a policy. It's probably only in regards to homemade suppressors, but with the algorithm, it just either hears the word suppressor or sees you threading on a suppressor and then automatically gives you a warning or a strike. Additionally, when you reach out to the appeal team, it is most likely an outsourced employee and they aren't aware of the exact terms or the verbiage. I found this to be very consistent with YouTube, as they don't have people that understand exactly what their policy is explaining in regards to firearms. So anyway, they're probably doing that, and then you get like a scripted response back from these guys. The guy Jeff that I've been talking to when my channel got demonetized, I reached out to him and asked him about, hey, I got wrongfully demonetized. I also wrongfully got a warning for this video that has over 200,000 views, and trying to explain to him, I'm going to show you guys something here. So I'll bring up my screen. Every time I upload a video, guys, I have to go through this process. I click monetize, I have to select firearms content, I have to submit it. Once I do that, I typically get this yellow $, which means limited monetization. I then have to go over here and click add suitability, and I have to say, I have to request a manual review. And I'll scroll through all my videos here in a second when I show you guys, but I have over 500 videos on this channel, and 90 to 95% of them are all monetized. And all of those videos, I literally had to go through this process. So every single one of my videos has been manually reviewed by YouTube's manual review team and then approved for monetization, including this one I'm going to show you right here. This is me threading on my Helios TI QD from CGS Group onto a rifle. again, commercially manufactured suppressor going onto a rifle, yet it was manually approved for monetization through YouTube. So the video is no different than the 1911 one, except for this video doesn't have 200,000 plus views. So it's very confusing that YouTube has this set up to where they have arbitrary rules that it appears that staff doesn't know about, because when I questioned Jeff, I was like, hey man, I have other videos that are similar to this, and on top of that, they've all been manually approved for monetization through your manual review team, and all you do is you get it's almost an automated scripted response back from him. Hey, I understand it's frustrating, however, you gotta do this, this, and that. And then when you try to appeal it, it doesn't even let me appeal. It doesn't give me a place to explain anything. It let me hit an appeal button, and then my appeal was immediately denied, and that's it. So it's very frustrating when it's blatantly clear that this does not violate their terms. I get it. It's YouTube's playing field. So I play by the rules because I want to put my content on the platform, because it's how I can get the content to get the most awareness, the most exposure. But it's very frustrating when you play by all these rules, put all the money and time and effort in these videos, and then they just hit you with this BS. So that being said, a couple other things I want to go over. Before all this happened with the remonetization stuff, we did create a Patreon tier on the Patreon page, which you can find down below in the comments or in the video description, sorry, for like a little $3 tier. Excuse me, a little under the weather. The tier is just if you want to support, throw in $3, cool. Don't have to. Videos are going to still keep coming out. Again, like I said before, I'm not going to be doing anything with going private or any of the paid stuff. I'm not going to make any of those decisions till after SHOT Show. The other thing, the idea that I wanted to do, which is going full forward, making the videos as fun with real music and all the stuff that you want to do, can't do that under the monetization program. And the problem is, if I demonetize every video, if I don't monetize them, they don't get exposure. They're not pushed out. I have found in the past when I made videos that I knew were not wouldn't work with YouTube's monetization policies, they didn't follow with those policies, I don't monetize those videos, but I also know that reach got suppressed. So, no pun intended. But yeah, the reach on those videos that I don't monetize, they don't do well. So perfect example is the flamethrower one. We had some copywritten music in there, so I couldn't monetize. I don't even know if that video got 1,000 views. So if I go that route right now while still being part of the partnership program, the reach is just going to be suppressed. The algorithm won't push out content. Additionally, I don't know how you drop out of the partnership program. At the same time, I haven't researched it well enough yet, so I want to look into that in the future, maybe just go that route completely. But it's very frustrating right now, talking to 1911 Syndicate, because if that's the case and threading on a suppressor is now considered harmful content, they're going to have a bunch of videos they got to take down. Several other people are going to have a bunch of videos they got to take down, which, in my opinion, I mean, it's you guys know it's not installing anything. It's no different than inserting a magazine. It's no different than putting on a weapon light. It's no different than tightening and screwing on your optic. So it's an accessory. It's a component. It's an attachment to your platform. So very frustrating. So that's where we're at, guys. Again, like, there's no rhyme or reason from YouTube. They don't give you an explanation. They don't give you detailed explanations. I think they just outsource all of the customer service part of it, and it's to people who do not understand the terminology, the verbiage being used, or how the policy is supposed to be implemented. That's the only thing that we can guess, because again, we don't have anybody that's giving us a definite answer. I'm not a big enough channel that I can reach out to somebody that actually will get on a phone call and provide us with answers. Additionally, when you watch the YouTube video, they talk about, hey, we got a bunch of firearms enthusiasts in this country that want to share videos on here, and that's great. But the thing is, when you follow their policies, they still restrict you and kibosh the whole thing. So that's where we're at, guys. We are remonetized, and we're going to move forward with that. I'm going to keep the videos monetized because that's how we get the most exposure. I do run into this problem, guys. SHOT Show's next week. I plan on filming a crap ton of videos. I want to get out like 50 videos next week on all the stuff that we're going to be checking out at SHOT Show. The problem, if I end up getting a strike before then, when you get a strike, which just happened in 1911 Syndicate, you can't post or upload any videos for a week. So hopefully, fingers crossed, that doesn't happen to us. If it does, you're not going to see the videos till the week after, which is BS. But that's where we're at. Right now, we do have a warning, an unjustified warning. So I'm still working, trying to email back and forth. They just passed me off to another guy who gave me the same explanation via email. And I'll pop some of those emails up so you can like pause and screenshot and read the emails for any of the other guys out there that are having the trouble. So for those of you who don't know, that's all the BS that you have to go through if you want to be a gun tuber. You got to upload your video within policy of YouTube's policy. Then you have to request monetization. You have to get denied even though you're within policy. Ask for a manual review. Then it gets approved and then you're good to go. And even after they manually approve the video, which falls within their guidelines, they can still come and screw you with a warning. So yeah. I appreciate from the last video, guys, every single one, most of you, 99% of you had awesome feedback. I appreciate all the support. I didn't think I would get so many people that would be interested in continuing to watch our content if we did go the private paid route. So that means a lot to us. Thank you. There were a couple of naysayers, and to you guys out there, hey, I mean, we're not the only gun channel you guys can go watch, so no big deal there. Anyway, guys, that's all I got for you. I have a bunch of videos that we're going to push out this week before SHOT Show because we're going to meet up with some of those companies during SHOT Show and kind of piggyback off those videos and go over it. Other than that, guys, have a good week. I'll see you in the next one.